Hi there. Well, what with Spa and Monza being back-to-back, great opportunity to come to Italy a few days early, come down from Spa, and to look up and catch up really with some of the people we don't get a chance to talk to very much at races. And of course Italy has so many race teams, so many great people. And so one of the first places I headed for was Prema. They've done a brilliant job over the years, since the 80s actually. They've been around a long time. And this year they're really in the headlines again with Charles Leclerc dominating Formula 2, to the point where virtually everything he does now is questioned. Apparently he's had more dope tests than any other driver in the paddock, including Formula 1 this year. Anyway, the FIA now running F2, so I suppose it's a year where the FIA are showing now who's in control, which is a good thing probably. So I headed to Prema, which isn't that far from Monza. The preferred airport is Venice, always a nice way to justify going to Prema, I guess. But having said that, it's accessible, it's northern Italy, it's industrial northern Italy. Leclerc, who lives in Monaco, drives up to the Prema factory often and stays in a hotel nearby. And so I went there. It was pretty quiet, but it didn't matter. I just wanted to get a feel for the factory and what the people were like. And then later on, I wanted to catch up with Charles to get him to talk about a little bit about his season, but more about Prema and what it's like driving for them and how it's been for him this season.
So it's quite a long drive, but yeah, I do it more or less before every race, because we go there to prepare the race. We always do a pre-meeting race that we do in the meeting rooms there. Most of the time, well, apart from if it's the first race of the year, but when it's the second, I think mostly about the last race that we did and try to see what we did wrong, what we can improve, and then just after the meeting, then I start to think at the other one.
Going to Prema, there are many photographs and many trophies and helmets all over the place. It's a great feeling, I would guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've raced against them in Formula 3, and they was the best team in Formula 2. They are the best team in Formula 4. They are winning everything also. Are you doing anything else? No. So yeah, obviously when you arrive in this team, the thing that is good for the driver is that in my head I just need to do the job. I don't have to worry whether the car is at the level or not. It is for sure, because they have done great things in every category, and yeah, this is definitely the strong point, because when you don't have to worry about what you have got underneath you is already a big big positive thing. Yeah, the mindset I have now is that if I do, if I know I can do a quick lap. If I manage to do it, everything will be well. So that's how I see things. And before qualifying, I just try to focus on myself and tell myself that if I do the job, it should be okay. And yeah, that's how I see these things. And when you see the things like that, I think it takes off a lot of pressure.
What do you think is the best single lap you've driven this year?
I'll say Spa, considering the consideration. I mean the circumstances of free practice. I mean, we only did 2 laps. It was on the rain, very hard. Very hard conditions, and yeah, apart from the first sector, which wasn't great, I think the second and third sector was very, very good. So
what did you do in the first sector?
Well, I did an error in the first corner.
Brake?
Yeah, in the braking, yeah, in the first corner. So
too late? Too early?
Too late.
Rear end went out a bit?
Yeah, I just did so much more distance than anybody else, so we lost a lot. I think we lost 6 tenths, but at the end of the lap we had the pole by 6 tenths and a half, so I mean it means that we won 1.2 on the
You live in Monaco, which is a kind of hub of Formula 1 and motorsport, very high level, and then you go to Prema, which is industrial northern Italy. It's a race team like many race teams, but it has a great atmosphere because of its success. And then you go to you've got these 2 extremes almost, and I'm wondering what it's like if you're staying up overnight up near Prema. You go to the hotel there, you feel a real part of Italian motor racing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's completely different. Monaco is always busy. Prema is quite it's quite empty.
It feels quite empty.
Yeah, there's nothing, and actually the only thing that there is to do for us drivers is to go to Prema and work with the engineers and the mechanics. So yeah, when you are there, feel. Oh yeah, sushi. Also, we always go to the sushi place. Yeah, when you are there, the only thing you want to do is to go back to the factory and work with the engineers because there's absolutely nothing to do. So,
which is a very good thing.
Yeah. If you can, if you see it like that, yeah.
And how do you feel about being a part of a team? You don't actually get to meet many of the other drivers or even get to know them well because you're constantly traveling. You're in different schedules.
With Prema, it's quite different because I mean, all the categories are. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we do many social things that are also fun things to do, and we do them all together, so we get to know everyone, and I think that is very nice. Then obviously during the season, I mean, everyone has a very busy planning, so it's always hard to catch up with everyone, but I've heard that at the end of the year there's a party also for all the Prema drivers, and so yeah, we'll catch up after the season with all of them.
I was so sorry what happened to you this year. I lost my dad as well,
Yeah.
relatively recently, and your courage and your ability to get on and fight was just amazing, I thought.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was definitely a very hard, very hard time. I mean, for anybody to lose his dad is very hard. The only thing I've said myself is that for sure he didn't want me to be destroyed arriving to Baku, because seeing me race was a huge thing for him. I mean, it was everything. We started at 3.5 years old together, and he bring me until where I am today, always supporting me. So obviously, when I've seen him go on the Wednesday, the only thing I had in my mind is to try to win both races, which we did on track. But then we got the 10-second penalty that puts us P2. But that was good enough to honor him the way he deserves.